Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Janicia, and in this video I want to go over the pros and the cons of living in Charlotte, North Carolina. Now I have been here for 3 years. That's after I moved from LA, and then after I moved from Florida after that. And then I've also traveled internationally, so I've been a lot of different places and lived in quite a few different cities. And I want to kind of go over like how it compares to different places as well, just Charlotte on its own, how I feel about it. Now I've been here for 3 years, so by no means am I saying that I've experienced everything there is to experience in Charlotte. You know, I didn't grow up here, I wasn't here long term, but I feel like 3 years was a good amount of time to kind of get a feel for what the city is. Now within part of those 3 years, I have been in lockdown like everybody else in the world. So there's some things that I experienced early on when I got here, and then everything was like shut down, so I couldn't like experience it more. So take that with a grain of salt if you want. But because Charlotte is a great city, I want to start off with the pros, you know, start off on a happy note. So number one on my list of pros is that there are plenty of festivals and events here in Charlotte if you search for them. If you don't search for them, I can't help you. You're not gonna really drive down the road and see something. But on Eventbrite or different like Facebook groups or whatever, like there are tons of events, especially festivals. Especially the first year and a half that I got here before the lockdown, there was festivals like every other weekend, or if not every weekend. So they're really big on festivals. Everything is starting to pick back up now, so that's really cool. Number two, jobs. There are a lot of jobs here. Now I know some people have commented on a few of my other videos that I talked about Charlotte that there was no jobs here, especially people who are from here. And I don't know, I guess it depends on what field you are in. If you are in the banking industry or desire to be in it or just want to get a job real quick, you can get a job very quickly, I believe, in the banking industry. When I moved here, I went to a financial institution because there's a lot of banks here. And when I say banks, I mean like corporate centers, headquarters or whatever. So there's Bank of America here, there's Wells Fargo, I believe BB&T is here, and I think it's another one. So the financial institution that I worked at had like 11,000 employees in that one, you know, building. There were multiple buildings on that property, but 11,000 people. So there was a lot of job openings. There was a lot of entry-level positions, a lot of higher level positions. And when I say these people, it's a lot of people that I know in Charlotte who work at banks, and they making money, like I would say low end, like 50,000 and up, much up. If that's the word, like they be making money. So if you're interested in working in the financial industry, you can definitely get a job here. Of course, post-pandemic, there are tons of jobs because everybody left and right are hiring. Number three, there are tons of apartments. If you are interested in finding an apartment here from all different price ranges, I don't feel like you will have a problem finding an apartment here. It all depends on what side of town you're interested in, but Charlotte is known for apartments. And they're known for breweries. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Breweries. You know, I'm gonna put the word down here, okay? They're known for those, and they're known for luxury apartments. There's apartments everywhere, okay? So I don't feel like that would be a problem. It just depends on your budget. If it's too low, then you may have a problem. Number four is traffic. I feel like Charlotte has very little to light traffic. Now, I lived in LA, I lived in Tampa, I spent a lot of time in Atlanta, a lot of time in Miami, a lot of time in major cities that are really known for their traffic and have very heavy traffic. And I feel like Charlotte is a piece of cake. Like, I'll take Charlotte traffic any day over any city. Like, Charlotte traffic is nothing. Now, if you come from a small town, this probably feels like a lot of traffic. But when you got traffic all day for no reason, like LA and Atlanta, like I'm just trying to go to the grocery store traffic, then that's a problem. So to me, Charlotte has traffic, but it's mainly just rush hour. Number five is that it is a family city. Now, I think it's like number 2 in the country, don't get me lying, but I think it's like number 2 maybe in the country for being a very family friendly city. So if you do have a family, this is a great place to come. I don't know what they use to qualify that, but I feel like it's a growing city, but it's still slower pace, that you would have a lot of activities for your kids to do, but as well as you're not in a just feel like you're in just huge, you know, jungle of a city. And then number 6 is that it's not too high of a crime. Now, the same way with traffic, like if you come from a smaller place, then you may think it does have a lot of crime. But if you come from larger cities that I lived in where they're known for crime, Jacksonville, Florida, Los Angeles, Atlanta, Miami, I've never felt unsafe in Charlotte, not even once. Like, at night, walking to my car, like nothing. I've never, ever, trying to think. I've never felt unsafe here. Now, of course, people do get shot and people die and people break in cars and all that kind of stuff. But for it to be like an excessive amount, I don't feel like it is. I never felt unsafe. Plus, I got Jesus, so I'm never worried, okay? I think Charlotte has like hoods, but it's not like hoods. Like Miami Poke and Beans hood. Like, it's hood, but it's not like hood, if that makes sense. So to me, that's not like crazy, violent, dangerous, like all these gangs and just people just out here just doing stuff for no reason. Like, I feel like it's pretty safe. So I'm done with my pros, the ones that I could think of off the top of my head. Let me go into the cons of the city, because it's great, but it ain't perfect, okay? My number 1 con is the weather. Charlotte weather is bipolar. I truly believe that. And also, I am a cold-natured person. I am always cold. And I am from Florida, and I lived in California, and these places were hot. And when I came here, I experienced my first winter, my first all 4 seasons, and I didn't know what to do with myself. I was freezing my butt off. Like, I didn't have the appropriate clothes. And even if I did have the right clothes, I still was cold. Like, it's just cold. I love to be outside. And when it's cold outside, it's like 30 degrees. Who wants to go outside walking, skipping, you know, up and down the sidewalk, going to walk at the lake or the park? Like, I don't want to. I felt like at least 5 months out the year, I stayed in the house, and I hate that. I don't like the weather here. As well as, I don't think the weather people, the meteorologists, really know what they be talking about. Because they'll say it's gonna rain today, and then it doesn't rain. Or they say it won't rain, and it does rain. Like, the weather here is just all over the place, and I don't like it. But if you like cold weather or mild winters, it'll be perfectly fine for you. Some people really like winter. I don't. So that's a con for me. The second con is the housing market. Now, one of my pros I said was apartments. There are plenty of apartments and availabilities. For the housing market, that's a whole nother story. I've had multiple people try to find homes and have had the worst time of their life trying to find a home here in Charlotte. There are multiple people going out for the exact same house. The prices are outrageous. The realtors don't call you back. They just be sketchy. Postings that be online are like, you know, realtor.com. Those be like scamming people. It's just like, I don't know. I'm glad I wasn't searching for a home when I was here, because some of the horror stories I heard. Now, if you come, don't let that deter you. You always can make up your own experience. But from what I've heard and what I've seen, the housing market is very tough to get into. So keep that in mind. My third con is the food. Now, I cook a lot, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I rarely go out, but when I do go out, I haven't really been impressed too much. When I think about certain places that are like known for food, especially if you are a foodie, these places will really like excite you, like Atlanta. Like, I can think of, just on top of my head, like 5 restaurants that I be like, oh, every time I go there, I need to go here, here, here. Like, I can think of food that just like makes my day, you know, like, that's good. Here in Charlotte, I feel like no place has done that. Probably one place kinda, but customer service sucks. But no. And I've heard the same from a lot of people as well, who are like, I just can't get with the food here. Like, if you're a foodie, you may not be satisfied. Now, there's a bunch of different restaurants and different places to try. You know, everybody has their different taste or whatever, so take it as you please. But to me, it's not like a major like foodie city. It's just, you know, you survive, you can eat, you know. And then my fourth con is that it's a slower city. I'm comparing this to places that I've lived, and I recently just moved from Los Angeles. So if you compare that, there's no comparison at all, of course. So I'm not even gonna put it on that level. But as well as just being other places that I've lived all throughout Florida and different places that I would spend entire summers in and just go and travel to, Charlotte is pretty slow. Things pretty much shut down around 10 p.m. And sometimes you want to go somewhere, like even just to go eat some food. Like, you're not trying to go to the club or nothing. Like, you just want to go eat. Like, everything is closed. Like, you're not going to get anything to eat, you know, besides McDonald's after 10 p.m., probably even 9:30. So because of that and some other things, I feel like Charlotte is pretty slow. Like, it's a growing city. I give Charlotte maybe about 10 years to be like the spot, you know. I feel like it's creeping up to try to be like a mini Atlanta, but it still has a long way to get there. All right, guys, so that's it for my list. But I just want to leave you with this. No matter whether I gave it a pro or a con, make it your own. It is what you make it. This city, your dream, anything you want to do is what you make it. Don't matter if someone refers something to you or says something is crap. Like, you make it what you want it to be. If someone says it's hard to find a job here, you come here and determine that you will find a job here. So I want to leave you with that. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and do so. And please give this video a thumbs up because it really helps my channel. And I hope to see you soon. Bye.